There is a number that controls your mortgage rate, your credit card APR, your savings account interest, and even how much your government spends on you, and almost nobody watching this video can tell me what it is. It's not the stock market. It's not Bitcoin. It's not even the Fed, technically. It's the bond market, and it is over $140 trillion, more than twice the size of the entire global stock market. In 2022, this market did something so violent that it wiped out 16% of safe retirement portfolios in a single-year accounts that were supposedly protected. By the end of this video, you're going to understand bonds better than 95% of people with a finance degree, and more importantly, I'm going to show you how this knowledge directly impacts your credit cards, your savings, and how you can actually use it to make money. Let's get into it. If you're new here, this channel is all about real, usable money knowledge, credit card bonuses, smart saving, and breaking down the boring finance stuff that actually makes or costs you thousands of dollars a year. No fluff, no jargon you can't use. If that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe, because by the end of this video, you're going to want to come back for the credit card and bonus videos this connects to. Okay, simplest version possible. A bond is just a loan, except instead of you borrowing from a bank, you are the bank. When a government or a company needs money, they don't always go to a bank. Instead, they say, hey, lend me money, and I'll pay you back later with interest. You give them, say, $1,000 today. They promise to pay you back that $1,000 on a specific date, called WIT. And in the meantime, they pay you regular interest payments called the WIT. That's it. That's a bond. A government bond is the U.S. government borrowing from you. A corporate bond is a company borrowing from you. Sounds boring, right? Here's where it gets interesting, because bonds have a hidden mechanic that affects every single dollar in your wallet, even if you've never bought one. This is the part that trips everyone up. So pay close attention, because this is the aha moment of the whole video. Bond prices and interest rates move in opposite directions. When interest rates go up, the price of existing bonds goes down. When rates go down, bond prices go up. Why? Think about it like this. Say you bought a bond paying 2% interest last year. Now, brand new bonds are paying 5% because rates went up. Why would anyone pay full price for your old 2% bond when they can get a fresh one paying 5%? They wouldn't unless you sell it to them for less money. That discount is what drags the price down. This single relationship is why in 2022, when the Fed aggressively raised interest rates to fight inflation, bond prices crashed, and that's exactly why safe portfolios that were 60% stocks, 40% bonds got hit from both sides at once. The bonds that were supposed to protect people actually lost value too. Now here's why you should care, even if you'll never personally buy a bond. This is the section that connects bonds to your actual wallet, your credit cards, your loans, your savings account. 1. Your mortgage rate is priced off bonds, specifically the 10-year Treasury bond. Mortgage lenders don't just make up rates. They watch the 10-year Treasury yield and add a margin on top. When bond yields rise, mortgage rates rise within days. That's why mortgage rates jumped so fast in 2022. And 2023, it wasn't random, it was bonds. 2. Your credit card APR is connected to the same rate environment. Most credit cards have a variable APR tied to the prime rate, which moves with the Fed's interest rate decisions, the same decisions that move bond prices. When you see your credit card interest creeping up, this is the same underlying force. This is also exactly why carrying a balance becomes brutally expensive during high-rate periods, and why paying it off in full matters more than ever right now. 3. Your savings account and CD rates are also bond-driven. Here's the opportunity side. When rates rise because of this same mechanism, banks have to compete for your deposits, which is exactly why high-yield savings accounts and CDs started paying 4–5% instead of the old 0.1% everyone was used to. If you're still using a savings account paying basically nothing, you are leaving free money on the table because you don't understand this mechanic. So this boring bond market is quietly setting the price of nearly every financial product you use. Understanding it means you know when to lock in a mortgage, when to move your savings to a higher yield account, and why your credit card APR just changed. Now let's talk opportunity. Because this isn't just theory, there are real moves you can make. Move #1, Treasury bonds and T-bills, as a savings alternative. You can lend money directly to the U.S. government through Treasury bills and bonds, often with yields that beat a lot of savings accounts, and the interest is exempt from state taxes. For short-term cash you're not touching for a few months, this is one of the most overlooked free money moves in personal finance. Move #2, use rate environment timing to your advantage. When you understand that bond yields are rising, you know banks will soon raise savings APYs to compete, so you can watch for better high-yield savings and CD offers and jump on them early, rather than sitting on stale low rates. Move #3, protect yourself on debt. If you know rates are climbing, that's your signal to prioritize paying down variable rate credit card debt fast, or to look at 0% APR balance transfer credit cards before rates climb further and those offers get rarer. Move #4, diversify smarter. A lot of people my age think bonds are just for retirees. Wrong. Bonds can be a tool at any age to balance risk, especially short-term bonds or bond ETFs, so your whole net worth isn't riding on the stock market alone. This is exactly the kind of strategy thinking I cover constantly on this channel, pairing the boring mechanics with real action steps. The same way we break down which credit card bonus is actually worth your time. Let's lock this in fast. A bond is a loan you give to a government or company in exchange for interest. Bond prices and interest rates move in opposite directions. That relationship is the engine behind everything else. That same engine sets your mortgage rate, your credit card APR, and your savings account yield. And once you understand that engine, you can time your money moves instead of reacting to them. This is the kind of invisible knowledge that separates people who build wealth quietly over time from people who feel like their money is always working against them. If this clicked for you, you need to watch my video on, because everything we just talked about directly explains why those offers exist right now and why timing matters. Drop a comment and tell me, are you currently earning less than 4% on your savings? Because if so, that's the next video you need to watch. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.